Hey,
Yo.
How y'all doing out there?
Yo. Y'all know we wasn't going nowhere, man.
It's the Man and Man Sports Podcast.
Hey, y'all know what we doing with it. You know it's your boy Nate. And you know we got my boy Mr.
Man in the house.
There we go, man. We bringing the energy, man. I know y'all missed us. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all like, man, where are they at?
You know what? I'm glad you said that because, and this is 6-7 weeks we've been out. There have been a lot of people asking, when y'all coming back? When y'all coming back? So you know what? I appreciate that people are actually following us and saying, hey, when y'all gonna come back?
You know what? It reminds me of this old scene when he went up to the stage and he grabbed the mic and this guy was pretty much talking to his people, you know, his crew, his embodiment, his people, right?
That's right.
And he was like, I'm not leaving. Hey,
we ain't going nowhere, man.
We ain't going nowhere. Hey, we here. If you first, you last. You know how we do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so we gonna rock it out and to the end. You know, almost like Bad Boys for Ride or Die.
That's right. Bad Boys for life, my guy.
Hey, y'all gonna have to sponsor us for that. But I'm just throw that out there. But yeah. How everything been, Mr. Man?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real honest with the people, man, because I know some of the people want to know. I've been keeping this under wraps for a little while. For the last 6 or 7 weeks. Before I get into that part, a lot of people don't know. Well, they should know by now if they're watching the podcast or listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm a huge basketball guy.
No.
They should. They wouldn't know that, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I was trying to get into my bag a little bit, trying to expand my knowledge, trying to expand my understanding of the game, and I'm trying to go into a profession that I want to start a business and doing some basketball training. So what I end up doing for these last 6 or 7 weeks is I took a course from NBA level training.
Okay, you can have a doctor.
Yeah, hey. So I went through this company called Elevator. I met this gentleman named Dave Severance.
Oh, okay.
He's an older NBA trainer who's spent some time with the Clippers, spent some time with the Bulls.
Okay.
And
man,
look,
real deal Holyfield,
bro. When I tell you, man, look, I thought I knew a lot of the game, but I don't know as much as I thought I did, and it was humbling, but at the same time, a great experience because I got to meet and talk to a lot of people who do it every single day.
Yeah.
And but you know, we actually had some assignments or whatnot, and I got some good grades based on what the coach was telling me.
Okay.
And it made me feel like I know what I was doing. So that kind of prompted me into wanting to do something different. And man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had several guests, speakers throughout our class, our course. And one of the best ones that we had was Phil Handy. You know who that is?
Yeah,
Phil Handy was a cool cat, man.
Just
cool
got
cat.
let go about the Lakers.
Yeah, and you know what? He opened up a little bit about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, dude, what happened is while he was speaking, the coach, the instructor lost his connection to the class. So Phil Handy's like, look, I got a few minutes. Y'all just ask the questions. And then y'all ask me questions, I'll answer them. He took about like another 20-25 minutes just answering questions until the teacher came back. And it was dope to hear his insight, to hear his perspective on things. And I really, really enjoyed that class, man. So that's why we was going, or at least I was going for the 6-7 weeks. But I'm planning on applying all that knowledge that I got about training and apply it to my to what I want to do. Oh, shout out to my guy, Oldest King, Coach Q. He's one of our customers through the company we work for. I'm not going to give them no names until they sponsor us.
There you go. Hey,
Coach Q, man, I appreciate this guy, man, because he's a big basketball guy as well. He actually played semi-pro, some college, and he has a lot of knowledge of the game. And what he was able to do for me, man, he actually let me come in some of his trainings.
I thought you were about to tear up for a minute.
Oh no! I'm trying to get it all out so I can. No, the dude got me in there training, man, with some of these kids, and it's got my juices flowing, man. Last week we went down to Turner County down south. And we trained some of the kids down there, man. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy
fire back up on
fire, man.
Yeah,
Fire, man. So,
man.
Coach Q, man, I appreciate you, man. Get back together soon, man. So that's what I did these 6 weeks I was out.
Okay.
So man to man ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We ain't going nowhere.
And the people know that. You know what I'm saying? They know I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Now I didn't do none of that. So he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do all this. I'm training with the NBA owners, about to be #1 draft pick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do none of that. I was in Miami, Aruba. I was something everywhere. So you know, it's one of those things. But I will say this.
Must be real nice.
I will say this. It was lovely times. You know, I chilled for the most part. You know what I mean? You got to, see the waters and the beach and stuff like that. And
I'm happy for this young man. As a young man that be able to travel the world like he does. Like, look, he's been to more places in his short life than I've been in my whole entire life. So I admire that. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your life right now, man. He's going to go somewhere now.
Hey, I am. And Roger that, I'm gonna be somewhere in a couple weeks, but we'll keep that. We'll keep that on wraps. But I just sometimes you just need a little time to decompress. You know what I mean? So it was good times. Had a lot of liquids. You know what I mean? But you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? We made do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Hey, but with that being said, man, I have been keeping up, and I know you have too, with what's been going on in the NBA playoffs, man.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's that?
Well, no,
it's something hitty. Go ahead.
Well, no, of course we've been gone.
Yeah,
we missed a lot. We didn't get a chance to talk about a lot of things, so we missed a lot. NCAA tournament, women's championship, men's championship.
Hey, now I will say this. This is probably I'll say second year in a row that I watched women's college basketball like to the T. Like and it's just, man, that sport right now, man, is really evolving. Like it's really coming into its own. It's like I knew more women playing than I did men in college. You know what I mean? Like all them bigger names, and now I think it's starting to transfer into WNBA, but it's one of those things, man. Man, women's sports overall is starting to do what it's supposed to do, and hopefully they can get paid from it.
Well, I'm glad that's a nice transition there. So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, with all the hype and stuff that's going on with the WNBA right now, as you mentioned, the college game is taking off. The WNBA is lit up this year. What is your opinion about the whole Caitlin Cark versus the WNBA thing, or is it are the people reading into too much? Is it too much, or is it just let her go play ball?
I'm gonna have a political answer on this one. Okay. I think it's a little bit of both. Okay. I think some people is reading too much into it, and then I think she's doing well from an advertising marketing standpoint for the WNBA. If you're looking at going to a game, I know I was looking at going to a game or two, and in Atlanta they sold out. Yep. So when Caitlin Cark, like she's evolving that, where we always used to say, we always had that argument why women don't get paid, and then you have some people that say, hey, well, the people don't show up to the game. They don't pay for the tickets. You know what I mean? Like the money is not being put into it like the men. Well, now we're starting to see more of that. Yeah. And I will say Caitlin Cark has brought another element to it, to where, I kind of think this, and I'm just be honest. When you're going into a new field, and you're going to a new area, you upgrading yourself, you're going to a new level. There's going to be some period of adjustment, and I think she's going through that. Now, my question would be, how long do you think she's going to last, and is it too much pressure on her?
Ooh, you know what? I don't think that's a very good question, and I don't know how much pressure she can take. Right? Obviously, going through the college, there was a lot of coverage on her. You know what I mean? From whenever she took off, and for the last 2 years up until now, it's always been about Caitlin Cark. I think a lot of the controversy is self-inflicted. I think it's bigger. I think it's not as big as everybody's making it out to be. I think the media has a big part of what they're turning it into. You know what I'm saying? Because what gets you ratings, what gets you sponsorships is all the drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the nuances of what's going on. And I think because nobody said nothing that's involved, everybody that's involved that hasn't said anything. Caitlin Cark hasn't said anything. She's just out there playing.
Nah, she did make one comment.
Based on
she said something along the lines of, in which I'm summarizing, that it is a lot.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But to me, that's to be expected to be a rookie with all that coming on. Now, the only thing I have an issue with, and this is just me, and I know people are going like, I don't care, but this is my opinion. This is why I have my own podcast. Anyway, I think they're blowing it up partially because the women that came before her did not get as much recognition as she has, and they were blowing the league up before then. Now, to that point, though, the marketing, the awareness, and money was not available back then as it is now. And I think that's part of the problem. It's not the only problem. There's many variables to this situation, but the majority of the problem is when it comes to the WNBA is the money.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Now, where is the money going to come from?
I mean, and look how much she got paid.
Well, yeah, but see, Coach Q, me and Coach Q was kind of debating about that, talking about how she got all this $1 million. But I say, is that the salary from the WNBA or is that sponsorship?
Sponsorship.
That's the point, because if she got all that money doing the WNBA salary, then you have a problem. But then you can't have a woman trying to make her money outside the WNBA with her own sponsorship. However,
that's a good point.
However, if we're going to talk about women getting paid, there has to be different avenues of bringing in income. And if anybody understands the aspects of the men's game, the men are not solely are being paid on ticket sales. Any smart person knows that. Any business person knows it. It's not just ticket sales. It's not just sale of the jerseys. It's not all the concession stands within the stadium. There's a lot more that goes into it. TV money that comes in. They got to spend that.
I think they just finished the 11-year contract.
They increased it too, right?
Yeah. And it was billions.
See, now with that being said, you got the TV money. Also, you got the naming rights to the stadiums. It was Staples Arena.
Now it's crypto.
Now it's crypto. Because guess what? Crypto said, well, if Staples don't want to pay the money, we will pay the money to put our name on it. That's where some of the money comes from. So it's more avenues for the money to come in for men. So until the women find the other investors who want to build maybe smaller arenas instead of sharing an arena, maybe they can start putting their names on them buildings, and maybe they can get some of that money to come in. So it's a lot more to this business side of where women can get the money from.
You know, since you brought that up, you know how many women's sports basketball WNBA teams have their own locker room?
You got that number? I don't know. One?
Ace, Las Vegas.
Oh! Well, yeah.
And they just got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it took somebody from where to get it? The NBA.
Yeah.
Where did their head coach come from? The Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
Up on the pop. So she know kind of how elements and stuff should be ran.
That's a good point.
So and
Becky Hammond.
And guess what? Guess what happened this year for the first time in WNBA?
What's that?
They now can use chartered flights.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I will say this: they are growing, and we see more involvement. But what it all boil down to? The superstars.
The superstars.
You got
yeah.
Angel Reese. You got Wilson. You got of course Caitlin Cark.
Caitlin Cark. Yeah.
You know, like you got all these superstars to where
Sabrina Ibescu.
Yeah. You got people that want to come and see them play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's like that average attendance of 2,000, 3,000. Now it's at, 13,000, 14,000.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some that's 17,000.
Yeah.
It fluctuates from that range. Now it's like, okay, all right. We could put more money into y'all because there's more money in the seats and more availability. Like now one thing they are going to have to do better is they're going to have to get a TV deal.
Yeah, I agree
Bigger
with that.
TV deal because a lot of their games, I want to say, I could be wrong, but I think most of their games are only on like YouTube Live.
Well, they are on. I ain't gonna say weird stations, but
Yeah.
they're on like not so popular stations for viewing games,
Yeah.
and they're coming at weird times.
Yeah.
And I know a lot has to do with scheduling and all that kind of stuff, but until they figure that out, this is part of the problem, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate. I know everybody's seen it by now, but Monica McNutt kind of going at Stephen A. Smith about. He could have been a spokesman. You know what I'm saying?
But with all them Easter egg suits he got on, like every other day, purple and pink. Oh, this is not pink. This is pop.
Well, I seen that joke.
Like this is I was what like I mean, hey, but you see, I'm getting off topic, but you see him walking, and he always had that little dap where he be walking. He had that loud suit on. I'm like, man, look at this guy. I'm like, this is somebody uncle right here,
bro.
This is somebody uncle right here. You know what I mean? So I just want to throw that.
No. When you hold on a second. Speaking of purple suit,
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen the video of Doc Rivers seeing him walking in the locker room or something, and he starts singing in the background talking about purple red, purple red.
No, you should have heard Paul George was like, hey, Paul George, they was doing an interview, and Paul George came up and talked to him like, yeah, everybody can see you. like I was like, man, this guy right here is doing the most.
Boy.
He's got his summer outfits. I can tell you that, man. He got all the summer outfits.
Hey, do your thing, Stephen.
Hey, do what he do. But yeah, man. But I do think the women are involved. Now, my next question would be, since we're on the topic of women's sports, what do you think about Caitlin Cark being left off the USA Olympic squad?
Well, you know what? I'm okay with that, and and it's not no hate at all. It's not because she didn't deserve it or anything like that. I just got some. I listened to, and see that's the bad thing about working all the time. You don't get to see stuff until later. So I seen a ESPN clip with what my girl Rebecca Lobo, and she was saying for the last 3 or 4 years, the women's national team has been playing and practicing and doing exhibition games, but those 2 or 3 years ago, Caitlin was in college, so she really couldn't participate in those things. So they really couldn't see her develop or grow with the national team. So that's part of the reason why she didn't necessarily make the team. So I'm okay with that. If that's the reason, and there's not any controversy behind it, because like, oh, we just want to keep her off because somebody else is deserving. And like again, I think the media is turning it into that and not reporting certain things to create that controversy. You know what I mean? And I think, but I'm okay with her not making it.
I will say this: on the USA Olympic teams, right? Like NBA included. When there have been rookies on there, right? But when have you known them to be the starters or the when LeBron, Carmelo, when all them, they were sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and they got calls because somebody else got hurt. So it's typically that's how the format goes. I just think it's the media kind of, boosting it up.
Yeah,
that's usually how the format goes. The rookies don't usually get that. I mean, it's different ball. Like we talking about pros here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, and that's why she struggled, and then now she's starting to come into her own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
well, also, I know it's just one spot, right? Like, I don't know how many rookies they keep on there, but maybe 1 or 2. But even if it's that situation, I me personally, I think a woman or a man in that situation should give an opportunity who's been given their life to the game, playing in the league for a long period of time, who never had the opportunity to play or get a gold medal. I think they should get more of the ranks than a rookie, in my opinion.
Well, I will say this. And Coach K, he used to eat this up all the time. So the USA team, yeah, you might have some of the best players in the league on that team, but those players have to fit too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and a lot of times people they forget that just because you got the top 15 players, the top 15 players could be guards.
Yeah.
But you need a big man. You need, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So it's a scheme. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to pick people. You know what I mean? Going here, going there, and like you said, they've been practicing. They've been going to Las Vegas, UNLV. Like they've been practicing. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. This is not just an overnight deal. They already been doing it. You know what I mean? So I do think that is the right move. Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody get hurt or something like that, and then they want to pick up last minute, that, I think that would put even more pressure on them because now you're going. I think it's Paris, right?
Paris,
2024 Paris. You're going over there, and you Caitlin Cark, and everybody knows you, and there's a lot more pressure, and I just think it just blow up even more. So I actually think this is save her a little bit.
You know what? That's actually a decent point. That's a good point. I mean,
you heard me say decent point. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah.
I'm just saying because
it didn't take them long, guys. It didn't take them long.
Look, let's be honest with us.
Yeah.
If Caitlin Cark name is mentioned, it's going to be a media storm. It's going to be everybody's going to be all over the place. Who wants that distraction all the time? You know what I'm saying? Who wants all that hoopla? Now the league will take advantage of it because she's a marketable person, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to take it. They're going to run it until they can't no more. But how? The problem is, how do you make it fair for everybody now? Because now the media has turned it into the Caitlin Cark versus the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, we got a Dallas, the Dallas, what's the Stars? The Dallas? No, that's the hockey team. The Dallas Wings. Your Dallas Wings got a leading scorer, averaging like 30-something points a game almost.
Yeah.
I don't hear nothing hardly about her. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of things. Matter of fact, get her name real quick because I want to give her a shout out. I forget her name off the top of my head. Get the Dallas Wings leading scorer name real quick for me. I can't even think of it. I'm going to give her a shout out. But I'm just saying there's other stories in the league besides Caitlin Cark. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's probably where some of the problems are coming from because although Caitlin Cark is a marketable person, she can do her thing. However, there's other women in this league who's been giving their life to this game that's not getting much publicity, not getting much money, much attention as she is. And I think that's part, not the sole reason, but part of the reason. I got to say that because people will come down on you and be like,
do you really want her name?
I don't want to butcher. Is it bad?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
It's 26 letters long.
Oh, my God.
You may want to just read it. Tell how one to say it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you might want to. Ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Ayo. Number 10.
Yeah.
Or whatever her number is. A.O. That's her name. I don't want to butcher your name, sweetheart. You doing your thing in the Dallas Wings. I want to give you your props, but I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm going to call you A.O. Yeah. Hey, you doing your thing. You doing your thing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, she's number 24.
24, excuse me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, as a guard.
Oh, number 24. Okay.
26.4 points a game.
26. Now, look. Now, when the league started, this season started, she was on fire. You know what I'm saying? My boy at the job said, "Man, I'm finna bet on her. She gonna be a guaranteed bucket." He said, "I'm finna put some money on her."
She getting it in. Yeah, but yeah, I do think as we wrap it up, I do think the women's league and the women's sports in a whole is doing better, man. They from an entertainment, advertising to marketing standpoint, to even, a lot of times we look at it from a money issue, but you're going to have to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the biggest thing.
That's the point.
Because everybody was like, man, because I was like, she should go play for Ice Cube. They want to get her for $5 million. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? But I see why she chose that because of the marketing standpoint. Yeah, I'm not going to make my money from the WNBA. I'm making all my money from my sponsors that want me to play WNBA ball.
Well, see, and that's the point I'm trying to make to a lot of people. Is the money has to be available. Ice Cube says, I'm going to give you that money because I can afford it. But this is the thing. If she was to go play with Ice Cube in the Big Three, guess what's going to happen?
Sell out.
Exactly. So Ice Cube's going that.
He gonna make that money back quick.
Exactly. So that's the point. That's the point you got to be able to understand.
Yep.
See, the WNBA has some stars over the course of its existence, but how many stars have they had at one time that carried the league? You might have 3 or 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 at one time.
Yeah.
But how far can that go? These ladies are playing well into their late 30s. You know what I mean?
I mean, Candace Parker, she just retired, but hey, clap it up for her. You know what I'm saying? She had a great career. She had a great career. You know what I mean? And she got a chip with Aces. So
So I mean, you know, then they have to go supplement their income in other leagues across the world.
Well, you see, she was. I didn't even know she was still playing because she was on ESPN all the time doing the sports and analyst type ordeal. So I didn't know she was still playing, but yeah, she was still playing. But hey, man, we gonna chop it up. Hey, make sure y'all catch us. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow. We back.
We back,
hey,
baby.
Hey, we back at it. Y'all
we ain't never left.
Hey. I ain't leaving. They gonna have to take a wrecking ball to get me out of here. But yeah, we going at it, man. So hey, Facebook, Instagram,
I'm happy to
TikTok.
be here.
Hey, we on it all. So make sure y'all holler at us and y'all catch us out. We out.
Man to man. Hey, yo. This man right here. It's the Best Man Sports Podcast. And look, we're back at it. And this man is still the same guy.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. You know, it be like that.
Goodness,
It be like that, man. Hey. You know, good times. Good times. Yeah, we can't say what we said.
Nah,
but
I'm not finna get into that. I'm not even finna get into that, man. This man right here, boy.
hey, it is what it is. But what they say, the day gonna end when the day gonna end. At the end of the day.
Oh my goodness, man. What we talking about now, man?
Hey, the NBA Finals.
NBA Finals.
And you know,
hold on. Before we get into that topic there.
Go ahead.
Look, when we play this clip right here, I want y'all to stitch it.
Yeah.
Donnie.
Not sketch it, but stitch it.
Stitch it, Donnie. Remember,
sketch it.
back in memory, I remember somebody saying the Boston Celtics was going to go to the NBA Finals and win it. I wonder who that guy predicted and said it was going to be that.
I don't know. He probably down the road somewhere.
It's your guy, Mr. Man. I told y'all.
Yeah,
I told y'all.
Hey, I would say this. I don't know what you're talking about.
He know I'm telling the truth. He know, all right.
Hey.
Y'all been watching. Y'all heard me say Boston was gonna go to the NBA Finals and win
but
it.
you know what? I do. I give you that. But I will say this. I didn't have them playing the Dallas Mavs.
Oh, me neither.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Me neither.
Like, they got hot and got on a hot streak, and now they cold as I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
And Luka looking for every foul that he can get, and no fouls called on him.
Yeah.
And it's only two of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have. I mean, they're just outgunned, outmanned, and outmatched. I mean, I don't see. It's kind of like. No, I ain't gonna even say that because I don't even want to disrespect my guy like that. But I just think that they just got too much firepower.
Yeah, Boston.
And it's showing. And I think the road for the Dallas Mavs to get to the NBA championship was a lot tougher than the Boston Celtics. So they're a little bit more beat up. Because I mean, ain't nobody talking about it, but Luka's leg wrapped up and stuff before he go out every game. So he's hurting. You know what I mean? And both of those guys, I will say this: Kyrie Irving and Luka. If you were to put them on an all defensive team, they wouldn't even be on there. They'd be they'd be on the bench, right? So, and you know when it gets to the end of the season, what matters most? Defense.
Defense, right?
Defense matters most, and you know it's a shoot-or-miss league, and their shots are not falling. I mean, you look at it, you know, Kyrie Irving balled out. He was at the game 3 hours early, getting his shots up and whatever. And not to say Luka had a terrible game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he still was only like, I think, -9, -4, something like that. But it's just, they have no help. And, I mean, I I just can't see it. I can't see them doing anything. Series is over.
Nah, well, the series is definitely over. And when you look at that roster, outside of Kyrie and Luka, the team depends on those two to get them shots. They depend on them to get them shots. And when you look at the perimeter defense of Boston, you got White, Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday. Like I told him that.
I think that was the biggest steal.
The biggest steal, and I look in
the biggest steal
in the Eastern Conference, a team like that. That's what Boston was missing.
Yep.
And that little push that Porzingis gave him, that little push in the game.
Now I will say this: you can rewind this too.
Game 2, go ahead.
Who did I tell you was the leader and the front runner on that team?
Brown. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Tatum is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think in my opinion,
Tatum just
Brown go harder than me.
He's the face.
Oh,
Tatum's the face, but Brown is the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the 5 heartbeats.
There's an underlying message in there. Yeah. We all know what he's trying to say.
Tatum, I mean, he hit some shots, and he ain't really been playing that well. I mean, he just went off last game, but everybody know Brown is the one that run that team.
Yeah.
And who got their deal first?
Brown did.
So that tell you how more important he is.
But they looking for a big one. Tatum's going to be looking for a big one. A big one.
I mean, he could look for a big one. They probably give it to him, but I think I'm going to ask you this, right? From a sports fan overall, if they do sweep the Dallas Mavs, do you think it's because Boston was just that great, or was it because of the playing field was kind of, it was an easy championship to win?
No, I think Boston is playing great ball, man. Like I say, like I was saying earlier in the podcast, earlier when we were talking about this, Boston is the most complete team because they have been together the longest. Man, they outside of Denver. They've been together the longest and played together the longest, and they got a chemistry. Drew Holiday is a good fit because he's a veteran, and he gives you what he does. Defense, the ability to score, and just a solid player. Doesn't mess up too much. What Boston is doing against Dallas is they're making Luka work. And how do you make an offensive player work?
On the defensive end?
On the defensive end.
You know what his percentage is blowbys?
I see. We just
67%.
Yeah, so
they going at him strictly.
Exactly. So
most of the time.
So when you're talking about a guy who can score at will whenever he wants to, if you're not making him work on defense, you just give him more ammunition, get his energy up to go ball out. And that's what Boston has done. They're just attacking Luka and they're making him work on defense. And we all know, we seen in the game 3, he is a defensive liability. So he's gonna have to work on some. First of all, I think he needs to lose a little bit of weight. I mean, I ain't saying he's fat or nothing like that.
This is coming from the nutritionist.
I'm not. Shout out to my boy Alvin. I appreciate you, my guy. I'm back on it. I'm gonna get with you soon, though. I'm back on it. My boy Alvin Jordan, man.
Yeah.
My trainer, man. I appreciate that, homie.
Any kid of Michael Jordan?
But anyway, but I think he needs lose a little bit of weight. That will help him in the perimeter defense because it'll allow him to be a little bit more quicker. However, Luka just needs to be in a better position. Now, to the point of Dallas itself, they're gonna have to find a way to get a third option.
I think it was good, Ryan. I think the basis of what you're saying, yes, is correct, but Luka is never going to be a top defensive player.
No, never that.
He's never probably going to be in the middle.
Never.
But the only way that they can cover that up is by scheming, right? Don't put him on the island. Don't try to figure out where to put him at on defense the way he's not a high liability.
Right.
But Boston is scheming very well. Like I think Dallas is at the point of one. I ain't gonna say out coach, but I think from the level of coaching, I think Boston is outsmarting them a little bit, but I think, Dallas coach, I think also
Jason Kidd.
Well, I think he's just the hand he's been dealt, and you got to kind of deal with it. And I think he's pretty much maximized their potential. You know, I ain't so much. You gonna take Luka off the court? No, Luka, what got you there?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's only so much you can do.
Well, to your point, you're right. Boston has done a great job of taking what they do well away, like the alley-oop dunk, the the little pocket dunker spot.
Yeah.
They took all that away from Dallas. So it's really Kyrie and Luka trying to make plays. I mean, you might get a loose ball dunk or a putback or something like that. But there's outside of Luka and Kyrie, there's no other Dallas player that can go get a bucket on their own.
You know, we always
consistently.
You know, what we always used to say. We always used to say, hey, they were probably one of the best one-on-one team probably in the league, right? Like, as in, if you're gonna give somebody the ball, you got two of the best one-on-one people in the league.
So yeah, just to switch that topic a little bit, I know you heard it on TNT.
What?
When they was debating the comment about I can't remember who said the comment, but it was Jeff Stan Van Gundy when he was saying they're the best scoring backcourt. And I don't know if he said history or in the playoffs or ever.
I wouldn't say best scoring. I would say probably highly skilled. Highly skilled, but I wouldn't say because both of them can get by any shot they want. Yeah. But I wouldn't say best scoring.
Yeah.
Because just because they hurt and just because they out of the playoffs, don't forget about Steph and Clay.
Yeah.
In their prime, like what they was doing. So I can't say best scoring because at times they can be hot as I don't know what, and at times they can be cold. So I wouldn't. They was never. They just always just Kyrie. The first two games, he ain't well.
Game 3 was his best game of the series so far.
And to be honest, it didn't matter.
No, well, you're right because Dallas came out hot, and that was their best chance to win.
Yeah.
If they didn't,
and Porzingis was out.
And it's if you threw your best punch and you still didn't win the game, then that's
very heartfelt.
Yeah,
and, there's only one person I know that can will a team together.
He had to find a way to get his
but I ain't gonna say it. If you want to throw a Superman sign out there,
oh my goodness,
he's out there on podcasts and he's chilling right now.
With JJ Redick.
Yeah.
well, switching real quick.
Yeah.
JJ Redick, is he a coach of the Lakers?
I think people want him to be. I think he has the knowledge. I don't know if he would get most of the respect though.
That's the point I was trying to make to somebody. I don't know if he had the respect of players.
I think he will be a team's player, as in a player coach.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But from a respect point, if something go wrong, like say they be losing or something, I think because that's all it takes.
Yeah,
people always talk about the good times or whatever, but when it get real gritty, that's when Spoelstra and Spo, all them guys, you know what I'm saying? That's when they make their adjustments and do what they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
since you're a big LeBron fan,
here we go.
Since you're a big LeBron fan, is it him? Is it him that nobody wants to coach the Lakers? Is it him because the Lakers are so? You know what I mean?
Nah, LeBron. Okay,
he gonna defend him regardless.
It's hey. So it's a.
He gonna defend him regardless.
No. I'm gonna break it down to you. So this came from Udonis Haslem.
Okay.
He said, out his mouth, nobody ever said this. He's like, LeBron wants to be coached hard. Like LeBron, he don't want you to be like, oh, I'm LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He wants you to correct him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not, and everybody got that persona of he's a coach killer and this what has he done with the coaches that wasn't nothing? David Black. You don't even know who he at. You know what I'm saying?
Like somewhere. He probably
I ain't mean to rhyme, but it just came out like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things. Like I think the best coach he probably had was Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not debating all that. You know, as far as I give LeBron James a lot of.
You brought it up.
I brought a lot of hack, but he's a championship. I mean, he's a champion. So what can I say? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And he's playing for one of my favorite franchises of all time. Los Angeles Lakers.
So since the NBA Finals is practically over, do you see the landscape changing in the NBA for the next coming years? And who do you think is going to be that premier team? Because Steph he ain't getting no younger. KD ain't getting no younger. LeBron trying to play with the sun. So, like, they got other agendas. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know who would.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, the scope of the league will change. Boston will not repeat. I'm saying this now. Boston will not repeat because you know why?
The cap salary.
That part because when Jason Tatum got to get his money.
Yeah.
They're
gonna have to get rid of White.
They're gonna have to get rid of some people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So the landscape is gonna change dramatically. So when you're talking about, and I always say that is who is gonna get the right pieces, and improve over the next season.
I think the Thunder has quietly gotten better every year. So
oh, absolutely.
I would want to see kind of where they end up next year, or do they get the big head just because they was number one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like Boston. How many years they been knocking on the door?
It's been a long time.
We didn't think it was gonna happen. I mean, but they kept knocking on the door, and they owners and executives kept them together.
Yeah, OKC.
That was the key.
Yeah, OKC is a good team to put your money on if you talking about next year improving and getting better. But I'm looking for my boy Ant and the Minnesota Timberwolves to improve next year.
I think what he did this playoff season, if he can just keep doing what he do, I think he would be the face of the league.
Oh, y'all go back and say this again. Rewind it. Go find the other tapes. When I say Anthony Edwards is gonna be that guy, I guess I don't know what I'll be talking about. But hey,
it was before we started recording.
I've been saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it will definitely be the face of the league eventually. One day soon.
I think the charisma and stuff is there and all that. But I think, to be honest, I ain't trying to sit here and sound like a hater. But I think he's just gonna get it by default because nobody else can get right.
Well,
they try to give it to Morant, but he don't know how to stay out of strip clubs and guns. So it's just one of those situations. I think he just kind of he came up at the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just was like, hey, let's give it to him.
Well, the league is always looking for that next guy. LeBron James is definitely he's going to get ready to pass the torch.
He already been trying to pass the torch anyway.
But, like you said, Ja Morant I thought was going to be the face of the league. It still has a chance. But it's really going to come down to how you play, of course, obviously, and what your team does over the next several years. The problem is, as I always say, teams do well. Minnesota's doing great. But will they stay together or have key pieces to stay together for them to continue to improve?
Yeah.
Now, one thing they do definitely need to improve on is that daggone Rudy Gobert. That joker.
A lot of people talk about Shaq, but Shaq was right on that one.
Oh my goodness, he was right.
Yeah, Shaq was right on that one. Now, how are you the highest paid
defensive player of the year?
And then he got it twice.
Bro, let me tell you something. When you don't see a team play all the time because they're out of your market, you just see the highlights and you just see maybe glimpses of what they can do. Yeah. But when you watch them all the time because they're the hot team and the teams are being on TV all the time, he is offensively, that joker is a disaster. He is a disaster.
He never been.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
he just was a big body in the inside.
I'm like, man, come on.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say that.
He'll get you some blocks, get you some rebounds, change some shots, but come on, man. Offensively,
he's stealing money.
Boy, you robbing Minnesota blind, boy.
Hey, he's stealing money. I'm going ahead and say it. He's stealing money. That's what he's doing.
Oh my goodness.
Like they could have paid somebody else that. They could have got what's that boy that needed a heart? No, I was just playing.
You talking about Jeff Green, man?
Nah.
Oh.
I actually was talking to my old buddy. I forgot his name. He needed to sign to get the insurance or something like that. But I forgot his name. Yeah. But like I mean, they could have gave that money to somebody else, man. Like for what he had going on.
I don't know, man, but I think the league is going in a good spot, man. In the next several years, we got players that's coming along that's going to be good. SGA from OKC is awesome.
If he wear that peanut butter suit one more time, it look like somebody just got the can and just put it on the suit.
I don't look.
Like his fashion statement is what gets me.
Dude,
I guess he's trying to distract the team.
My fashion is basic. Polo and a nice pair of slacks.
I was like, yeah, he be okay, all right then. Do your thing, whatever floats your boat. Hey, you like it, I love it, right?
Yeah, hey man, look, I don't understand it, but that's what they wear, man.
Now I will say this: the experiment in Milwaukee, Dame, Giannis, which Giannis already won one, but Dame is still looking for. That's who I really want to win a championship, but he's still looking.
Well, we talked about this before too. Mm-hmm. Defensively, they just a liability as a team, and I think part of it, not the whole reason, but part of it is trading.
Drew. Giannis got hurt too.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. Like I say, trading Drew Holiday for more offense.
They gave the championship up.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody knows you can play. You can give all the offense you want in the regular season, but teams are playing the hone in defensively more in the playoffs and in the NBA Finals. So if you're not good defensively now, because you can put up 130 points, don't mean you can be able to stop other people.
Well, and the refs let a lot more go when you get deep into the playoffs. You can get a little bit more physical. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, all that finesse play that stops in the first round. Yeah. So. I think I really want Dame to get it, but he should have been to the Lakers.
Well, actually, I actually think Milwaukee has a decent team to go deep in the playoffs. I think if Giannis
in the East too.
Yeah, in the East, especially in the East, and I think if Giannis wasn't hurt, that might be a different story. Who's going to the finals? However, I think they'll be back next year with a healthy Giannis. And Dame.
Yeah, cause he just never could really get right.
So I think they'll be okay. Those will probably be the top teams in the East again, Boston and
man, I miss my boy Jimmy. Jimmy, he was hurt though, but
is Jimmy unhappy down in Miami?
Everybody unhappy in Miami until they go outside and go party. But, everybody unhappy. I mean, what you think about it? It's Pat Riley. Who's this? Be like, I'm happy with Pat Riley. I mean, it's Pat Riley. So I mean, I think he'll be okay. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking for some sleeper trades. You know what I mean? I'm looking for something to shake. I know the Lakers, they always look for a third person, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if Dallas stays together. Because that can be very interesting this offseason, especially with Kyrie. When have you known for Kyrie to be on the team, right? Mm-hmm. And he's not the person that is making all the drama? Think about it. Because right now, Luka is complaining about fouls, and he's doing all. They try to calm Luka down and tell him to stop yelling at the refs. He was supposed to be ejected last game at least minimum 3 times.
See, that's the maturity part of Luka. Mm-hmm. I mean, and when you talk about basketball in the sense of it's not just about offense, defense, making plays. It's also about how you conduct yourself, right? We all know what happened with Draymond Green and all those situations. So you don't want to start making a reputation for yourself to where every time something don't go your way, you start complaining, pouting. So you want to, everybody gonna complain to an extent, but don't make it a reputation for yourself to where now we're not gonna give you any calls because you keep crying about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So Luka has to mature in that aspect, and
it amazes me because usually, everywhere Kyrie done been, there's always something with Kyrie.
Yeah,
like either out the court or on the court, and now in this case, it's complete opposite.
Well, to give Kyrie some credit though, man, of course, I think he's matured some. I think he,
you say mature all the way. Mature some.
I mean, yeah, he matured definitely. He's definitely,
Yeah.
He's not as. I think he's a lot more aware, a lot more smarter of how to conduct himself. But he's finding his inner peace with himself, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Peace with himself and them shoes.
I don't know what them shoes are.
Yeah, they had the little things on them.
Yeah, little.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them, little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what are those signs?
Hello, Dan.
Hey man, it's good to be back.
It's
good to be
but
back.
you know what? This Man to Man podcast, man, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love it too.
It's one of those things, man, we can express ourselves, and you know what I mean? I know from the fans aspect, we they like our opinions because we're very, very opinionated, and we keep everything 100.
We try our best, man. We try our best. Look, I was one of these posts a while back, man. These jokers were show dogging us out, but they were dogging the mess out of us. I said, you know what I told them? Excuse my language when I say this, because I normally don't cuss, but this man said, I told them when they were saying all these different things, because we were talking about the video was talking about the GOAT debate. And guys were saying, "So this is why they shouldn't be talking about that. Everybody got their opinion. Some people shouldn't have their own podcast." And my reply to all that was, I said, "When people don't have an intelligent comment, they make dumbass comments like this." Oh. I said, when they ain't got nothing intelligent to say, they should make up dumbass comments. So, but hey, it comes with the territory, the good and the bad.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And and we love to interact with our audience. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that makes it fun, right? We like to hear your opinions because
definitely
it's one of the things. I'm just be honest with y'all.
Play the music.
Every time I beat this man in the debate, sometimes I be like, what's next? So, y'all,
oh my goodness,
the fans, what I'm saying, y'all lift me up, give me that energy because it's somebody else that I can beat. But, it's one of those things, but I just wanted to bring that up. But hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Tell your mother, your grandmother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know where I go.
Absolutely.
Hey, but make sure y'all keep up with us. Follow us. We'll be dropping more videos. We'll have some really, really neat interviews coming up and some very exciting interactions with some pretty good people that's coming up. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, just do whatever on your phone. All right, just follow it, and we on there.
We
out.
Man to man.
Yo.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Man with the Man to Man Sports Podcast. With my guy, Nate.
Yo.
Thank you for the love and support. We just appreciate everybody showing us that love and support. We back, and we're here for season 3. But just want to give a shout out to the couple of NBA legends that we lost over the last several days. Bill Walton, to the Bill Walton family, man, and Jerry West, the logo. We know what these two gentlemen contributed to the league and what they meant to the game and what they did for the game. So we will forever remember them and what they done. Rest in peace, you two.
Yo, we out.
Man to man.